Sec Duque, sabi po ni Attorney Keith, kayo daw yung godfather ng mafia. Secretary Duque, mga tanong ko po para sa inyo. Earlier, Senator Grace already asked, and I recall during the August 2019 hearing, and again this morning, SVP Dennis Adre testified that, and I quote, "We were ordered by then PhilHealth President Dr. Duque to distribute free PhilHealth ID cards, 5 million of which corresponded to the 5 million lamang of FPJ over former President, GMA, etc. So, Sec Duque, do you now confirm this event?
I deny strongly said allegation, Your Honor.
Mr. President, that's really regrettable kasi parang nagmumukhang pinasisinungalingan yung sinabi ni Sen. Grace kanina at yung sinasabi ko ngayon. But I will not belabor that issue since the Secretary insists on denying this event, Mr. President.
Your question was, is it true that they distributed 5 billion health cards?
Yes, Mr. President, I was asking the good Secretary to now confirm this event. But he has denied this event.
What was
Further,
Excuse me.
If I may
I'm sorry.
proceed, Mr. President.
Excuse me. The 5 million, not in connection with the allegations of Mr. Dennis Adre, but the 5 million was distributed based on the executive order then of President GMA. And so there is no correlation between the PhilHealth program and the elections. Cases were filed against us and they were all dismissed by Ombudsman Morales.
Well, Mr. President, Sec Duque. Yes, Mr. President.
There was a pending case with Comelec. Former DepSec Marie Ramal filed a case against you concerning this.
That is true, Your Honor, Mr. President. Mr. President, that's true. But that was also dismissed, Your Honors.
Well, Mr. Secretary, I was not in relation to the case filed in the Ombudsman. I was not asking about the legality or the propriety of the PhilHealth card distribution using OWA funds. I was asking you about the simple correctness or not of SVP Dennis Adre in saying that he was ordered to do so. And I need to ask you a follow-up question about that, Sec Duque. Further, SVP Adre said, and again I quote from the transcript of last year's hearing, and he referred to it again this morning, quote, "And so we resisted, and that was my first taste of reassignment, Your Honor, or an attempted reassignment for that matter." So, Sec Duque, totoo po ba na ni-reassign ninyo sila dahil nag-resist silang sumunod sa gusto ninyo?
Your Honors, that couldn't be the reason why he was reassigned. I will have to look into the records. It's been quite some time. I'm sorry. I
will appreciate that, Sec Duque. Pero itong dalawang itinanong ko sa inyong basic facts about the incident, kung sinasabi nyo na hindi totoo yon, hindi totoo yung pagre-reassign ninyo sa kanila dahil doon, but what reason would SVP Adre have to make such accusations against you? I would make such statements.
I really do not know, Your Honor, why they're making up this. But anyway, the important thing is we look into the records and the cases that have been filed and dismissed.
In that case, Mr. President, in terms of looking into the records, may I go briefly to SVP Adre to confirm or to shed a different light dito po sa mga tanong ko kay Sec Duque. SVP Adre, are you here online?
Good afternoon, Senate President and Madam Senator, this is Dennis Adre.
Yes, my name is SVP Adre. Can you please tell me what you know about the two events that I have asked of Sec Duque, that you said he ordered you to distribute the free PhilHealth cards, and further that, following on that you resisted, and that was your first taste of reassignment.
Let me correct first the fact of reassignment. It was an attempted reassignment.
Yes.
Those who were reassigned were the other two managers. Now, one manager and one regional vice president. One manager was assigned to Marawi, a lady manager of corporate communications. Her salary grade was that of a manager, but she was put in an office that was just a local health insurance office in Marawi. And had it not been for the session of Regional Vice President Makabato then, she would have stayed in Marawi longer, but she was transferred to Iligan City. At any rate, another Regional Vice President who also questioned the Plan 5 million because it was, when it was presented to us, it was a meeting among all Regional Vice Presidents. And I assure you, ma'am, that all regional vice presidents during that time can attest to the fact that he called this meeting where he even presented to us a table of the breakdown of the 5 million among different provinces. And one of the specific instances that I recall was the instruction not to give then Mayor Duterte his share of the cards because Mayor Duterte does not belong to their party.
So you're confirming to this committee of the whole, SVP Adre, that in that particular case of the order to distribute the free PhilHealth cards using OWA funds, na may dalawang opisyal na dahil katulad ninyo tumutol ay na-reassign. Thank you, SVP Adre. Sec Duque, I'd like to ask you something else. Also in the August 2019 hearing, you were quoted as saying, and I quote, "You have standards of cesarean section, dapat 1 in 4 lang. And then you have a certain region that reports 3 out of 4 cesarean sections. So dapat i-flag mo na yun, sugurin mo na yun." My question, Sec Duque, is what region was that? At sino ulit yung SVP doon? Sec Duque, naka-mute kayo.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I said because I don't have the data right now, but I will get to it and get back to you as soon as possible.
Thank you, Sec. But when you raised that observation last year, it was alarming enough. Were you concerned enough to investigate?
I think I have mentioned to the management to investigate all these outliers. It's part of the outliers that we were able to call out from the data analytics, the machine learning information data analytics, or MIDAS. So I will look into this, Your Honor, and look at the data more closely.
I hope you will also get back to the Committee of the Whole, Sec Duque, what investigation you actually were concerned enough to initiate at ano po yung findings nun, kung aling region ba yon, sino yung SVP, and what disciplinary action, if any, was taken in this case. Because alam nyo naman po siguro, Sec Duque, also as a doctor, this cesarean quote-unquote scam would be particularly galling to me as a women's advocate. Di lang kasi ito usapin ng pagkita ng pera, pero unnecessary cesareans actually put women in greater danger. For example, according to a study in the Lancet, deaths from cesarean sections are 100 times higher in developing countries like ours. My understanding of the quote-unquote scam, if that's what it was, is that doctors upcase regular deliveries to cesareans because the case rate is higher. And because doing CS is faster, no? Hindi na kailangan maghintay ng labor, onset of labor. So you can actually do more deliveries in one day, but it is imminently more dangerous to women. So I hope the good secretary will furnish this committee of the whole with statistical data on cesarean operations in hospitals in the country in general. Kung pwede, Sec, isama nyo na iyon.
We'll do that, Your Honor. We'll do that. But let me just add that the Midas reports we have submitted to the NBI, being the agency with the mandate to investigate. But I will give you the records, Your Honor.
Salamat, Sec Duque. That's an issue from last year's hearing. Pero hindi kaya, Sec Duque, na medyo nakaka-hands off din kayo sa mga fresh allegations ngayon, like in the last 2 weeks before. I'm so glad you came before us today. Hindi kaya nakaka-hands off kayo dyan sa mga fresh allegations dahil si Atty. Del Rosario ang nakapirma sa lease contract sa pagitan ng PhilHealth at EMDC, kung saan hindi kayo kundi yung kapatid ninyo ang other party.
What is the question, Your Honor?
I'm just wondering, Sec Duque, although I'm relieved that we have you finally here with us today, yung pananahimik nyo the past half month, hindi kaya naka-hands off kayo sa kahit sa gitna nitong maraming fresh allegations? Dahil, for example, in a previous incident in between PhilHealth and EMDC, hindi naman kayo yung signatory with kundi yung kapatid ninyo. And it was not you for PhilHealth, pero si Atty. Del Rosario nakapirma sa lease contract. And on the other side, on the side of EMDC, yung kapatid ninyo.
Ito po kasi issue na ito I addressed fully last year. This is not a fresh issue.
Exactly.
This is an issue raised last year. My having been quiet, if that is your view, is really because I've been very busy on the ground, coaching and hand-holding several LGUs up to the barangay levels with their pandemic response. Because, this is a very difficult problem of the COVID-19, and we really need to coach, we really need to show the way, and that is why we put together the IATF, NTF code team. Code means coordinated.
Actually, Sec Duque, sorry to interject, but I have my own very opposite view about that recent step you have taken under IATF sa mga LGUs natin. Pero gayong pa man, kahit na sinasabi nyo you were on the ground, kayo pa rin ang Secretary of Health. Dapat chair ng IATF. In fact, lead sa anti-COVID-19 response and making sure as chair of the board of PhilHealth na yung pillar na yon ng ating universal healthcare system remains unassailed rather than binabayo ng napakaraming allegations sa ngayon. In any case, Sec Duque, since I just have a few minutes left, one last question about the current issues that have been begging for an answer, clarification from you from the last 2 weeks. Sec Duque, sabi po ni Attorney Keith, kayo daw yung godfather ng mafia. Do you have a reaction to that?
I deny this. Absolutely malicious and without basis. I do not wish to dignify the allegation.
All right. Sec Duque.
It's caught in the crossfire.